Hello guys, it is Jead and we have some huge news to talk about, not only with bans in FC26, and there's been a huge ban wave which genuinely seems to just be affecting anyone and everyone, but also huge news for not only FC26 but FC27 in terms of EA actually making more money they did this year than they have last year on the game. And what that means for FC27, we've got news even about 2K and 2K's football game. Will that change anything? Then of course it is a new team of the season day tomorrow, so a little bit more on a more positive note. New team of the season day. We're on a fresh slate, ready 23 million coins to get ready for league earned team of the season. So let's jump into it. And guys, if you want to use players like this and just need that little extra boost, then you can get your cheap, fast, and most importantly, safe FC26 coins at eldorado.gg. They have 24/7 support, a money-back guarantee, and you can use code JEAD at checkout to get another 5% off your order. Link is in the description. Guys, I hope you had a fantastic week. We're towards the end of the week now, so let's go and have a great weekend and end of the week. Who watched the PSG buying game compared to the first game? It was kind of shocking, but it does mean we get a PSG Arsenal final. Call it now. Who wins, PSG or Arsenal? Do we do a BigJead watch long for the game? Maybe. Let's see. But today, boys, it's going to be a lot more raw, a lot more serious because of the subjects and what we're talking about. So I hope that is okay with you. And if you can like and hype the video, push it to more people, that would be great as well. But let's start with the more news around the game. And you guys hopefully have seen a little bit on this with the money of the game, what FIFA are making. Because started with the Mateus game and tweet on essentially EA's financial results that ended in March 31st. So basically the first quarter of the year. They made more money than they did in FC25, right? So again, Foot Accountant Legend basically said, for you guys who don't understand accounting terms or don't understand, monetary terms, EA made more money in the start of this year than they did in the start of FC25 in terms of the actual annual year. So Team of the Year, Foot Birthday, and those promos. Just in terms of pure money with this game, they made more than FC25. Now, that kind of makes sense, I think, in some ways, because Foot Birthday was such a ridiculous promo that people spent a lot of packs. I actually reckon if you jumped into it, Team of the Year would be 50-50, and they made much more money with Foot Birthday. But I think it's more deep than this. I think that what you guys think is happening versus what is actually happening is very, very different. And what I mean by that is what is actually happening with the game, the player base, the social media side of it, the number of the game, the biggest talking point of the last, what feels like 2 years, but especially the last 3 months. Nick from the Foot Market, countless videos, the game is bad. Nepenthe saying the game is bad. And I've been crying about what is actually happening for ages and trying to tell people, listen, please, here is what actually is happening. People don't seem to understand it, and you can disagree with it. You can say the game's got worse, but you need to understand it's two different conversations, right? The game being bad and the game sort of, the actual gameplay being bad or the menus being bad, completely different topic than what I am trying to tell people about, right? And worst person made a good point. Foot Police made a good tweet on this. And it is a really good tweet. If someone thinks the numbers of people playing the game has been going down for 4 years in a row and they're still making more money, they are living in absolute delusion. Numbers on X, YouTube are lower because people don't watch streams at the same level they did during COVID. And it's almost impossible today to get people to sit through long form videos because TikTok and YouTube Shorts is what we're saying, right? Everyone is farming negative content at levels we've never seen before. Very little of it is actually constructive. And I will say, by the way, remember, Foot Police makes pretty much all of his money based on FC doing well. So clearly there's bias in his tweet. He needs the game to do well. I do understand that. I agree the game is not in a good state, but the constant negativity over and over only makes things worse. I agree. We need to understand that the FIFA 15 to 23 era is gone. I agree. That was peak content. It will never, and I mean never, be back in the same form. In the next few days, we will test FC27, so we don't really care about that. They're talking about future tests. Boys, the views are down on the game because TikTok and short form content took over. People need rapid, iterative content. They don't sit and watch YouTube levels like they did in the past. They don't sit and watch streams like they did at the levels they did in the past. But EA are making the same, if not more, amount of money on the game. Now, you can say that's because people are spending more money on store packs, and a lot of it is. 100%, I think EA make more money per customer than they did in the past. But the game has not dropped off in half the player base between now and like 3 years ago or whatever. What is actually happening is two things. One is what I've just said. Views are lower because of the TikTok and the Twitch streams. It's no longer COVID anymore. You need to let go. Nick, Nepenthe, there's people like that need to understand it's never going to be back. And again, remember, has nothing to do with the state of the game. So I'm not sitting here telling you the game is good. We're very, very clear on that. I'm saying with the constant negativity of the game is bad. The second thing that happens, I think influences a lot. If you had a graph that was drawn hopefully by a professional, not by BigJead on Paint, that you have like age along the bottom here and then whatever. Oh no, so let's do age along the top, right? And age along the top here and like how much you play the game, people who play the game there, right? The older you go up playing the game, it goes down. Let's say this is an 11-year-old. 11-year-old person plays the game. Every year you get older, 12, 13, all the way to the people like Nepenthes and Nick, 30, 35, people getting older. Less and less people play the game. Now, what happens is, you guys who remember FIFA 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 23, and if you're watching this and you're like 15 or below and you're very, very young, you probably don't really understand all this talk. Essentially, a lot of people who are getting towards this age here, 20, 25, 30, are going, oh, the game's declining because all me and my friends have stopped playing. All the people I used to watch have stopped playing. All the people I know have stopped playing. No, you're just getting older. Same as me. That is fine. People stop playing FIFA when they get older. And what you don't realize is, you think that the social media decline's happening. No, you're just getting replaced by these 11, 12, 13-year-olds, which could be you guys watching. I hope you understand this, right? That you get replaced by these 11, 12, 13-year-old people who are not watching YouTube and TikTok and Twitch as much as they did in the past. In fact, they are watching TikTok, not YouTube and Twitch. They're watching TikTok, Reels. You know what I mean? They don't sit and engage in long-form content. They sit and watch a bit of FIFA Reels, TikTok Reels, and they'll watch, other games they're playing or real life or whatever's going on, right? And what actually happens is this phenomenon of, oh my God, if I'm on social media loads, the game's going down, numbers going down, it's all negativity. And if you step back from away from social media, and EA will probably be doing this, nothing changes. The same money's being spent. The same people are playing the game. You just think the game is worse because it's not what it used to be. And I think the game is worse because it's not what it used to be. But you need to understand that's not always the case. Now, again, gameplay can be shocking. Menus can be shocking. And we need, and I mean need, not want, need some things to change. But at the same time, you need to understand we're just not going to get back that FIFA 15, 17 feel, right? It's just never going to happen, okay? It's kind of like deluded to think it will. Now, that being said, SC27, we still need to see some major changes. And one of them, clubs. How many of you guys, let me know down below, have played pro clubs? Because this is something I've said for ages. The reason FIFA feels so tough online, negative online, is because there's no social experience in the game. All the social experience with FIFA is on streams, online, Footbin, YouTube, right? EA have basically said that they're trying to make clubs more of a social experience, right? That is what needs to be done. That is what needs to be done. There needs to be a social place on FIFA. You guys have seen, if you've not seen, for SC27, they're trying to do more of an open world 2K GTA kind of experience because they know they need that or they'll lose people to GTA 6. Hopefully, Pro Clubs is where a lot of that goes. I think Pro Clubs could be an amazing, compatible mode with Ultimate Team where you play Pro Clubs with your friends, Ultimate Team when you're more on your own, and you balance a bit of both of them, right? And if you've never played Pro Clubs, maybe this would make you want to try it. If you could actually do more of a social experience that is actually worthwhile playing. Because right now, this year, Pro Clubs has been awful. If you've not tried it, you've not missed anything. And on top of that, we mentioned 2K, right? 2K cancelled NFL. And what that means is they essentially have more time to work on the football games, right? So if NFL 2K is cancelled, means the company, you'd think, is spending more time on the football game, and I think they will, and I think that could be a big push for EA. You guys have already seen eFootball, right? And I'm sure EA, by the way, EA are a business. They will know what their competitors are doing. They will have close, heavy eyes on the eFootball scene. Nick run the foot market playing the game. Everyone trying to go run to eFootball, which, by the way, I think is a bit of a flash in the pan. eFootball has the exact same problems as FIFA. It's just more novel to people, and therefore is getting more views and more traction right now. If you played eFootball for 12 years, I guarantee you'd still not be playing it now, if that makes sense. FIFA, as much as you might want to disagree or hate this, is 10 times the game eFootball is. It's just that eFootball is obviously more novel now because people haven't played it as much, which is fine. It's good to play different games and get involved in that. But 2K, once again, if they're doing a lot of investment, could be another competitor that maybe EA step up the game for FIFA 27. Am I deluded? Probably a little bit deluded. And according again to Mateus Gamer, who's had most of the news recently on these big updates, not with the content of the game itself, but sort of the bigger picture. 2K focusing on authentic player behavior, motion capture, AI-driven gameplay is interesting. I'm not sure people will love that one. High-level animation systems, again, you guys see what happened with the Frostbite engine on FC, I'm not sure. And the next great sports franchise, well, of course, they're going to say that, obviously. I think all this really shows is, in theory, they're pumping a lot into it, right? They're trying to make it an actual really good game. I think, surprisingly, I've said this before, I think the gameplay is not what gets people to the game. The gameplay is what makes people enjoy the game, but FIFA's an addiction dopamine loop of menu grinding and getting new cards in your team. It's much less about gameplay. I really do hope, though, that if 2K go down the full gameplay route and don't make the content an addiction dopamine loop like most games are these days, you could get people playing 2K just for the fun of the game, like people are trying to now do with eFootball. Maybe they could do something like that, and that'd be really, really hyped, and we could try and play. Actually, imagine having 2 football games that are worth playing. I'd love to see that, but I'm really not sure. Kind of the last bit of bigger news before we move on to the ban waves, and what I really do want to talk about is EA visited 10 Brazilian clubs about licensing. They have a good relationship with EA. The only problem is obviously the Brazil legislation. So basically getting Neymar, Paqueta, you guys know the Brazil league, they don't have the licensing, all the issues, right? They visited a lot of clubs. It's now getting official. They're trying to get things in place, maybe for the summer, or maybe for the World Cup, or maybe even just FC27, right? And one of the clubs was Flamengo, which obviously people care about because big club names like Paqueta, right? You know, cool stuff. It doesn't mention Neymar's team, but basically, I think what they're trying to say is that we could be seeing this in the future. I just think maybe FC27 is more realistic. I think EA want it for the World Cup to maybe imagine like a Neymar World Cup card. You can imagine like the hype. But yeah, I think it'll actually be more realistic for FC27. I do think Brazilian League would be nice to have back in the game. I think it's just cool, right? We need it. Okay, boys, girls, we're going to move on to bans. Let me know your thoughts on the whole FC26 thing, FC27, the numbers, and how like people are reacting to the Twitch thing. I know a lot of what gets brought up recently is that the Twitch numbers are down. And I think it is as simple as what I've said before, right? People are just watching Twitch less and less in general. And there's more actual numbers on Twitch, but a lot of that's obviously going into the IRL stuff, right? Streaming's evolved into that sort of IRL, just chatting, going out, you know, doing fucking fishing streams and all this good stuff. And it means that gaming streams are kind of, especially on older games, I mean, GTA and Counter-Strike and stuff are different, but older games are kind of dying down a little bit, like COD. And I think FIFA's just falling victim to that, and you're seeing the lower numbers. I think a lot of it, sadly, I agree with Foot Police is what he's saying. I think it's the new TikTokification. So just let me know your guys' thoughts. Do you disagree completely? Do you agree completely? I mean, the numbers are there. You can't disagree with the numbers. So you can try and explain the numbers, maybe some store packs, and the EA trying to milk all their customers from like getting the most money per customer as possible. So let me know your guys' thoughts. But bans, okay? If you've not seen, and if you've not been affected, right, because loads of people have been affected, there is a huge ban wave the last 2 weeks on FIFA. I'd say it's actually been more the last month, but it's kind of been split into what feels like two smaller ban waves. One very recently, and one that was sort of 2 or 3 weeks ago. This is a huge problem for a couple of reasons. Obviously, bans, and what I'm also, but if it's not clear, what we're talking about is incorrect bans, right? Bans for just no reason, and you can try and avoid them, and I can explain about how you can avoid them. But bans are a huge problem right now because it's turning people away from the game that are probably EA's biggest customers and biggest fans, right? People like me who trade on the game, people like you guys who hopefully trade on the game and really enjoy this game. The grinding the market and grinding the menus and you know, trading up is one of the few things I think is really enjoyable on this game. And EA are banning people because essentially you can boil it down to they're not going to the store. Like, it all stems from, everything stems from, EA don't make money from this. That's what everything stems from, right? And so, EA have strict ban rules in place against coin transferring, and they always have. That's never changed. But they're basically making the AI auto ban system much more aggressive because it's a lot easier for them to ban people who are trying to make coins than try and figure out who's in the right and who's in the wrong, because anyone who's trying to make coins often doesn't spend the money in the store pack, so it's not a loyal customer they care about. If you think about it, who is their biggest audience who will not spend money in the store? Traders and people who actually actively play and grind the game. Anyone who grinds the game, anyone who plays the game, anyone who's loyal to this game is the least likely person to spend money in the store. So that's what the AI ban system often targets. And there's loads of ways they do this, but essentially the way they do it is target, again, it's all AI, data, pattern recognition, certain cards, certain patterns, certain things you can buy, certain things you can sell. And it's not just me who's noticed this, right? Rick has a huge, we spoke about Rick before on the channel, right? Has a huge trading community. So he knows a lot more about this, probably even than me. And I've spoken to him on it in streams and stuff, and you've seen it here on the tweets. The amount is ridiculous now. I don't think I've ever seen, me personally anyway, I've not seen another wave like this. We had one at the start of the year, I think, during Winter Wildcards. And what happened was we got a mass ban wave reverse. If anyone's like on the video thinking, will this get reversed? Will EA change it? I'm going to be very honest with you right now. They're either going to change it for everyone or no one's going to get it appealed, right? Right now, what is happening is this. You put a complaint in and you get the email back. We looked into it and we actually took the correct action, which, by the way, they didn't look into it. They probably just confirmed it with another AI thing and data recognition and said, yeah, no, you did distribute coins. They're not looking into it because they looked into it. You would see on certain accounts what is actually happening is almost 100% nothing dodgy. You can almost tell 100%. But I keep getting sent in the Discord. Now, what I will say, I'm going to talk about how to avoid this. Genuinely, the best chance you have to avoid this, I'm not like dead serious. You just need to ask someone who's more experienced, are you buying or selling the wrong card? So get yourself in the Discord at any time you think something looks dodgy. At me, at the moderators, at anyone, and just say, look, does this look dodgy? Am I going to get banned incorrectly for this? Because there's certain cards that trigger it. And we spoke about FUT birthdays the other day. FUT birthdays are a huge issue on this game right now. If we actually jump over and show you again, one of the biggest cards I said the other day that triggers this is FUT birthday Aubameyang. And that is just because he is used by coin distributors, but also he is so rare. And you'll see that, like, look at the sales. Look how consistent the sales are. It's so dodgy. And what you'll get on this card is big undercuts at the 59th minute. People buy them, even traders. You'll get this card listed for 70k, 60k. People will buy it for a trade, sell it, and get banned. But what is also happening, if you're someone who just went to buy a team, you want his FUT birthday Aubameyang, and you went to the 59th minute, and the cheapest one was 70k, and of course, you're going to buy the cheapest one for your team, and you buy that, you genuinely do have a chance of getting banned. That is how silly the system is. One that has been catching people out recently is answer the call cards, because they are also very, very, very rare. And these answer the call cards here, like David Raya, as you can see, he has similar issues to Aubameyang, where he's got so many consistent listings and then so many random undercuts that if you see all these 90k ones, they're almost not legit. And you can go down to sort of 70k and you'll see loads listed, and then there's just kind of random prices. If you see a card like this where there's a page of them, but there's no consistent pricing, right? You've got 59k, 69k, and pretty much all of these end up selling, right? He sells for 70k, 80k. It's so dodgy because you can make so many coins doing it. EA just flags certain cards like this. Again, even if you just bought a David Raya for your team, you can get flagged and banned, and that is it. You are done. That account is done forever. Not just this FIFA, but every other FIFA that comes after it, and there is no way to appeal it because EA don't care. You need to understand about that. EA don't care about you. They don't care that you're banned because, to be honest, were you going to spend money in the store anyway? No. Why do they care about you? They don't. They know that if you really like the game, you'll make another account and play again next year. That is how silly it is. Boys and girls, I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what the answer is for the bans. I can try and raise awareness, but I'm sure you guys know I'm just sadly not the biggest creator in the world. I'm sure EA don't ever see anything I put out, so they're never going to listen, and I'm sure they wouldn't really care anyway. I don't really know what the answer for this is, right? This is affecting thousands of people. It's not hundreds, it's thousands. And obviously, it's hundreds within our community, never mind, like, outside. It'll be affecting thousands of people on the game getting incorrectly banned for literally doing nothing wrong. My only advice right now would be get in the Discord and ask if you're going to do... Like, you don't need to, but if you're going to do anything dodgy, just ask. Just ask. And when I say dodgy, I mean, don't price fix. Don't do anything that could give EA a chance. Even if it's not against terms of service, don't give EA a chance to even ban you, right? Avoid FUT birthday cards, avoid super rare cards, avoid anything that even looks dodgy. Even if you think it's probably fine, I don't think the risk to reward's worth it right now. So avoid those cards. Like I say, avoid the FUT birthdays mainly. Maybe answer the calls as well. These super duper rare cards people trade with. Just be very, very careful on the game right now. Everything impacts. Team of the season's fine. Menu grinding's fine. Anything like that. And to be honest, boys, trading is still fine. It's people on the outs, like, you know, like the sort of outskirts who are doing the FUT birthday, like, price fixing or answer the call price fixing. But it's then the odd person just buying a player for the team and getting cooked. So it's really depressing. It's horrible to see right now, but I don't think EA care. You guys can try and tweet them. You guys can do anything. I don't think you're going to get anything, right? If you ever get banned, put an appeal in. You're probably going to get nothing back, but it's always worth a shout. And honestly, hopefully they just do a mass ban wave reversal, but I don't see it happening. I really don't see it happening. That's kind of the negative, ranty side of the video over. You guys know I try and be the most positive I can be, because I still, to this day, maybe delusionally, but I still really enjoy the game. And I really enjoy trading. I'm on 23 million coins, and we've got a new team of the season tomorrow. Just wanted to get it out there. I think if I didn't speak about it, I'd be lying, right? I could have easily done a video not speaking about the bans, not speaking about the negative side of it, and gone on with my life, and no one would have really batted an eye. But I think it was worth bringing to attention for you guys that maybe could get banned, or you guys that have been banned. It's a really sad situation, to be honest. And it kind of is what it is right now. That's all you can really say about it. But we've got a new team of the season coming tomorrow. We had some great SBCs recently, and the actual content's not too bad. It's just getting a bit samey. I don't know if you guys feel the same. It gets a little bit samey. We've got the 1 of 3 91 plus team of the season pick refreshing today. I'm going to talk about buying cards later, because honestly, although we got the bad side of it and the trading, the really easy, safe side of trading, the fodder, the team of the season stuff, is printing millions and millions of coins. So getting that ready for Ultimate Team of the Season is really nice. So we'll talk about fodder later for that pack, because it does refresh today. But the Bundesliga TOTS upgrade came out. I have not completed mine. Let me know down below. I'm guessing a lot of you guys have. Who did we all get? I'll probably complete it and open it on this video. Why not? But the weight on these is shocking. I don't think I've ever seen a good card come out of these guaranteed league packs, right? They're normally shocking. I mean, we'll complete it anyway, because like I always say on these videos, I mean, we're getting towards the time of the year where gamble SBCs are the best thing to do, but Bundesliga TOTS upgrade was shocking. And then we got the Reese SBC, which I'm sure no one really cares about. It's actually not that bad of a card, but The way I look at it now is if a card looks like it's going to be at max a gauntlet player, we don't care. Like, I mean, we really don't care. And that's maybe sad for the game, but that's kind of is what it is, right? We don't really care. Boys, just jumping in to say we've actually had a massive subscriber increase in the last few days, up like hundreds of subscribers. Can we get closer to 20,000? That would be absolutely great. We're still on only 18% of people. Let's try and get closer to 20. But yeah, just in general, appreciate all you guys watching these videos. The new Evo, fullback takeover, 35,000 coins, is a 3 playstyle plus Evo, and I might give it my Llorente here. I've already checked this just because he fits him up for another 90 rated Evo, and it does give centre back, which is sort of what everyone was looking at with this like Evo, the fact it gives a right back centre back. But boys, to be honest, I look on Footbin before, and like no one's clearly found a decent like chain for this Evo, because normally if you go on Footbin Evolutions right here, if there's any OP chains, they're out in the first 10 minutes. People are absolute fiends on this game. The only one I've seen that's an active chain is maybe this Hakimi, who you wouldn't play at centre back anyway. He looks fine, but probably still a right back. You got this Dumfries card, he's expired, but he's not got that many Evo chains, and I guess he'd be a little bit better at centre-back because he can still be lengthy, but even he's expired. Just nothing crazy. A Wan-Bissaka was going round, even that one's expired, but again, he's 5'10" and controlled, not lengthy, wouldn't play him at centre-back. Evo kind of seems mid. I think to me, this seems like try and set someone up for maybe another 90 rated chain. So of course, we've got the centre-back Evo coming on Friday, and everyone was talking about how this big centre-back Evo coming on Friday, you could make a card a centre-back, and then the centre-back will go into this big Evo, and everyone's joking about it, but I think it's almost serious and probably confirmed that EA will make the centre-back Evo on Friday say that the card cannot be a right-back, because EA normally do that. They know there'll be some crazy change if they don't, but if there is a centre-back Evo on Friday, maybe cards like the Hakimi, and like it's in the centre-back Evo on Friday, you know, fits right-backs, maybe this card like Hakimi will actually end up being insane, and maybe this was all, you know, a great Evo, we just didn't know it yet because we've not had the Friday centre-back Evo, but for now, it's kind of average. And for the objectives, boys, we got nothing. The only thing really to talk about is that expiring, pretty much, you know, there's nothing crazy, but I mean, Heung-min Son, I guess, does expire tomorrow at content time, so get your Son done if you want. Locatelli at the same time. I mean, today, there's Muller and Russo, but like, no one really cares, so main one being Son. Make sure to do that. Make sure tonight when it comes out to do that 103 plus 91 player pack. I mean, it's not great weight. Again, it's not great weight, but they are the best gamble SBC out right now, once every 2 days. It will raise fodder prices. Make sure you probably got the fodder in your club before 6 p.m. Don't wait until 6 p.m. Wait for all the fodder to spike up and then buy it. Make sure you buy it before. Or ideally, you've just done the daily grinds properly. You've been doing your provisions. You've been doing your double 86s. You've been doing all your guaranteed upgrades, and you probably already have the fodder for that already anyway. So if not already, just make sure you're doing the daily grind. You think that... I think people sort of get like fatigued from this daily grind with the middle of team of the season, but just remember, after this, if you know you'd wanted to save packs, because we'll look at the full team of the season. We've got La Liga in packs after this, and that is by far going to be the best team of the season week. But then after that, we've got Ultimate TOTS. So even if this week looks a little bit meh, we do have 2 weeks afterwards of amazing team of the seasons. Hopefully the weight is okay. Probably not, but hopefully the weight's okay, especially for Ultimate TOTS, because again, it's Ultimate TOTS, right? Even the guaranteed, in theory, have to give out some good cards. But yeah, make sure you're doing the pack grind still. It's just worth keeping the club restocked every single day when you can. And let's talk official stats SBC leaks, because this matters for what we're going to try and buy for Bundesliga team of the seasons going out of packs, because almost guaranteed to be the Friday SBC, we've got an official stats Katowice Kvaratskhelia SBC, who has game changer, rapid, and finesse. And jokes aside, I think this is going to be an avoid SBC. I think he's going to be expensive. I think he'll probably be 5-star, 5-star. He's not lengthy. And as a winger on this game, you guys have seen, as fun as the cards are, if they're not lengthy, they just don't play as well in game. And it's quite depressing. He'll be a lot of fodder, has game changer. And although he's the big hyped SBC, and he's a big name right now, you know what I mean? Lovely to watch play in real life in a Champions League final. I just think it's going to be an avoid SBC. But however, we're still probably going to avoid left wings going into Friday, just in case. I'm just telling you right now, and we'll see on the Friday stream, get yourself in there, that this guy's probably not going to be a complete. We do have some other SBCs that look, I mean, decent. Probably, I don't know. It's weird because we've got Kamara here who's 92 and the playstyles are perfect. But like, does a card with these stats get in the team now? No. I think EA have sort of stagnated the power curve from Bundesliga into Liga 1, which I guess is fine. It just means that SBCs and objectives and stuff are not very desirable. He could actually be an objective, I guess, which is fine. But if that's an SBC, it better be really, really, really cheap. Otherwise, I mean, just a bit meh. And then again, 2 Turkish League Team of the Season cards that everyone was probably expecting to get actual Team of the Seasons. We have the official stats, which I almost guarantee will be an SBC Yilmaz with Inventive, Low Driven and Rapid. 98 pace, 97 physical. Because of that alone, he could be a maybe sought after card. Once again, not lengthy, so I think people just won't really care about this card. And then the big one that everyone was expecting, a 93 Osimhen with Rapid, Quick Step and Low Driven. I think this one will be a lot more sought after, but again, I almost guarantee you guys watching, almost all of you have a striker just betting this Osimhen card in your team. So again, unless you're a Galatasaray fan, a Turkish league watcher, Nigerian, there's just no reason to sort of do this SBC. And I feel like we've been saying that for a while. I think, and I still die on this hill, that Evo's killed SBCs. And that is fine, right? The game has to adapt. The game has to move on. Evos are great. But I think because of Evos, SBCs are always less desirable now. Because what would you rather have? You know, a big striker SBC or have a really good striker Evo? And who's going to win, right? The striker Evo almost always wins, right? SBCs are still really fun, still a great part of the game, but I think like sort of the attention's been diluted into those two sections with Evos and SBCs. So I think Osimhen, Yildiz, Kamara, Kvaratskhelia, I'm not that hyped. I'm not looking at a big week of SBCs and content so far in terms of what's going to be on the menu grind. Just from what we're seeing leaked now, of course, could change. And to be honest, the more hyped cards were the cards from the PSG buying game. Due is now at like 6 million coins. Let's take a look at that card. He's going to a 3 playstyle plus. He gets the overall rating. Beraldo is now extinct. People seem much more hyped about these League Earn cards than what is coming in the League Earn actual team of the season leaks. This Desiree Due card looks absolutely mental, but price 5.8 million coins, definitely a sell. There's no way that card's worth 6 million coins. The only way that card would be worth 6 million coins is if he got his final upgrade, because 96 and the 3 playstyle plus now. If he had it now, by the time he gets it, not worth it. Definitely a sell, but it's still pretty cool. Arguably the one that I'd actually be looking to buy is we always do this, we look to buy the card that actually loses, right? If Musiala can go a little bit cheaper, probably looking closer towards Friday, but if it looks a little bit cheaper, maybe goes down a little bit, he still gets the overall upgrade because, of course, they drew the game, didn't lose. He'd be the card I'd be interested in buying, right? Buying, because Bayern Munich, that's funny, right? No, he'd be the card I'd be interested in getting my holds on. 5-star still. It's Musiala. He's not getting a team of the season card, whereas Due and Beraldo have absolutely shot up. Like we said before, Beraldo's gone extinct. I believe he is still extinct. They're 110,000 coins because 3 playstyle plus, great link centre back. But boys, not lengthy. Wouldn't use him in the team. Pure traders card. I hate saying that, but it's probably true. And of course, the big one we spoke about before, right? This is the Friday Evo, so not coming today. Thursday's always a slow content day in team of the season because EA just kind of push everything to the Friday, which I guess is fine. You got to have slow days to have fast days. Big centre-back Evo coming tomorrow. We said already, don't buy centre-backs. Like, why would you buy centre-backs when there's a big centre-back Evo coming? So avoid centre-backs. We'll probably look to buy some Bundesliga team of the season cards today, but I'm looking right now, if I have to tell you, I would avoid left wings in general because Kvaratskhelia, and I'm avoiding centre-backs. I'm probably avoiding right wings as well. I normally avoid wingers altogether, but centre-mids, strikers, left-backs, right-backs, probably all fine. The full-back Evo yesterday doesn't seem to have done much. But yeah, avoiding mainly, I'd say centre-backs, and definitely centre-backs, but left wings as well. And it looks to me like, because the power curve doesn't look like a crazy increase with Liga and team of the season, I think Friday's going to be an insane day to trade. We're going to look to make on that Friday stream 2 or 3 million coins, like live on stream, and hopefully make 1 million or 2 coins before that. We're buying Bundesliga team of the season cards today. And we'll talk about that now. Let's jump into the market then, because we're still on 23 million coins. We've not traded too much this week. Part of that reason is because of the bans. I'm trying to be very, very careful because I traded a lot of sketchy cards last week. I don't want to get involved in too much, so I'm being very, very careful. But another part of that is I just want a little break from it. The game and trading I love, but if you do it too much, you get really intense. So I've sort of took a couple step back, myself this week. My mum had a birthday meal, so I went to that and been a lot more chill. But I'm ready. I'm raring to go for Liga and team of the season again next week. Hopefully to get towards 25 or 30 million coins. I want to get 30 million coins before Ultimate Team of the season, and then we can do some crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. And then the World Cup mode afterwards, right? I think the game has a lot of excitement left in it. In terms of today, boys, it's every single week is what we call right now because the game's getting more and more predictable. 85s. Oh my god, I talk about these in every video, but look at the state of this, right? Rival rewards happen tomorrow. Buy these cards now on bids at 1.2, 1.1 thousand coins. On PC, whatever they are, to get them a few hundred coins below on bids. These were literally 2.9 thousand coins last night. Lazy selling for 3, 3.1, 3.2. You can buy them today for probably 1.1, 1.2 on bids, and tonight they will go to 2,000 coins. At least on lazies, but I think even just flat out 2,000 coins. You will double your coins. Once again, you could have doubled them yesterday, and you could double them again today. I know it sounds so simple, but if you had 300k, after doubling it twice, you'd be on 1.2 million coins in like about a day's time. It's really that simple. And it's not the only fodder you can buy. You can buy other bits of fodder just because it went down from rival rewards. However, if you're going to buy 86, 87s, 88s, and 89s, I would just funnel it all and buy 85s instead. Yes, it takes less time to buy 89s. I do get that. And 89s are probably the rating I'd go. Actually, 88s are fine as well. 88s, 89s, and 85s. Because if you're going to do 86s or 87s, I'd just do 85s instead. But to be honest, no matter what you're doing, if you're looking there and you're looking at cheap investments, I'd just go 85s today, 1.1, 1.2 on bid. Don't worry about getting crazy undercuts. You'll just get outbid and get bored. Just go to 1.1, go to 1.2. You'll probably get that all the way up today until about 4 p.m. That's why you got to get in these videos quick, boys. But no, yeah, get on them on cheap bids and then sell them tonight between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. UK time, even into Friday morning if you really want. But try and get them all gone by 10 p.m., 11 p.m. UK. Easy coins, free coins. In terms of the Bundesliga cards, again, we're avoiding the centre-back cards. I can't do a German accent, bro. Is that racist? I don't know. I don't think so. I'd avoid Luis Diaz as well because Kvaratskhelia exists, like I said, so I'd avoid Diaz. That's why he's dropped down so much. My favourite card is still Kimmich. It's still Stiller. It's still Upamecano. Still probably Pavlovic, Diamonde type cards. But yeah, avoid Tar, avoid Vuskovic, avoid Schlotterbeck, avoid Diaz. To be honest, even the really expensive cards can do well, but I'm going to assume most people can't afford to invest in them. I've still said for a while, Grimaldo and Ram at Thursday Rivals. This is the time, time to buy. We still said the Bundesliga fodder cards, get this guy at 13k, get this guy at 13k. Really, really, really nice. It's kind of really obvious, boys, but I've said it all week. Now's the time, right? Get everything on bid, get everything on undercuts. When the game has less players on a Thursday, bids normally are easier, right? They can be harder if you've got a lot of competition on certain cards, so don't just sit on one card, right? But across the game, they're normally easier. You know what to avoid, you know what to go for. I've said Kimmich for a while at high budget. This guy is super rare. My buy price is probably 1.1 to 1.15. However, on the more expensive cards, I do think if you really want to play it safe, you can afford to try and buy these guys at Friday, 6 p.m. content. But sometimes these big cards that are super rare, he might already be up to 1.3 million coins by then. So if you want to go look for that now, try and get 1.15 on bids, absolute max. That's obviously, these are all Xbox prices. If you want exact prices for both Xbox and PC, of course, the Twitch streams, the Discord, when we can give real life live advice, in the moment, pings out on Discord. Obviously on the Twitch streams, we can call cards. But Stiller again, probably want a bit cheaper than this. You want Stiller probably closer to 270 if you can get that on bid, 275, but definitely it'll be possible at some point today. He looks really nice. He still looks broken, right? We're talking about the power curve stagnating into Ligue 1. I don't think there's better centre mids than this guy in the game, apart from maybe Vitinha. Dead serious on that. He just looks that crazy, has perfect play styles, plays in crazy game, has that 5-star weak foot, is 6 foot, can be controlled or explosive with an anchor, already has a 97 meta rating. League earned cards don't tickle me, they don't tickle my pickle the same way the Stiller card does, right? So that's in my opinion on it. I'd love this Stiller card at a decent price. And then don't forget, tonight we have more football. Just because it's not Champions League doesn't mean football doesn't exist. We've got the road to the final cards playing. I think everyone is talking about this SAR card because if he wins or draws the second semi-final game, he gets that +1 overall. And if he gets to qualify to the final, he gets that playstyle plus. Now, this SAR card already is doing unbelievable things. People expect him now to get qualified for the final. So he's already extinct at 700,000 coins. Keep an eye on some panic on this card today, right? Maybe they concede the first goal. This guy gets panic sold. You could buy if you think, Crystal Palace still going to go through because I'm not going to lie, I think this is still a stupidly overpriced price. You'd need some panic to buy it, but if this guy goes to 92 with a third playstyle plus and just how broken this guy can play on the game with being lengthy on the wing, you guys hear me talking about lengthy a lot. If this guy got given rapid plus and a lengthy winger and got a +1, 700,000 coins is a lot of coins, but we're talking about one of the best wingers in the game in the Premier League. So keep an eye on some of these road to the final cards. You've got the Forest Villa game today, which is probably the most sought after one with Sancho, Yates, and Tielemans. Keep an eye on some of these cards. Oh, Tielemans was an SBC, right? If I'm not mistaken. Tielemans is an SBC. Did anyone complete the SBC? Although Villa are down in the semi-final, they still might go through. So keep an eye on some of the road to the final cards. They're really, really fun to trade in the game, but they definitely are gambling. And speaking of that, someone in our Discord lost 318,000 coins on Musiala. I think that was you, Hayes, right? Lost 318,000 coins live in the game. So they definitely are a gamble if you do it wrong. So just be very careful if you are going to trade those cards. But ladies and gentlemen, just let me know, what do you think on the ban situation, the FC26 situation, making more money than they did last year? Not just the same, more money than they did last year. What are your thoughts on that? I think it's at least interesting to talk about with how all the negativity is on the game right now. But boys and girls, get yourself in the Friday stream tomorrow. We're going to be rebuilding our team. We need a new team theme for the weekend. Do we do a full Ligue 1 team of the season? Do we do full PSG team of the season, the Champions League winners? I'm not sure. You can let me know tomorrow, but have a fantastic end to the week. Have a fantastic Thursday, a fantastic Friday. Make sure you enjoy yourself as we head into the summer and towards the World Cup. But yeah, like always, until next time, I'll see you all in a